Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another Football Unfiltered. I'm your host, and tonight we're not holding back. The 2026 World Cup just got real, and I'm talking genuinely chaotic. We've got the group that's about to break the internet. We're diving into Haiti's bracket, and then plot twist. Ale, this for you. We ended with the question that got everyone heated. Is Messi the greatest athlete of all sports? Not just football, all sports. So buckle up because this is gonna be spicy. So let's go. So I got with me tonight, Ale. Ale, how you doing?
Coach, I'm doing all right, man. I'm excited. There's a lot of conversations we're gonna have tonight, so I can't wait to jump start. Let's go.
Yes. Good to see you tonight, my brother. And then we have Alex tonight rocking this fit hat. Alex, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing really well. So before we get started into something, I want to play something for Ale a little bit. So let's
Everything that I would look for a team that is a legitimate title
I don't think
threat.
Miami's fully cooked yet.
Miami should go to the
Miami down the stretch dominated a lot
I
of
don't
teams.
care what conference they're in. That line of scrimmage will be good against anything.
They've been blowing people out by 28 plus points. I mean, they're just killing
I think the
guys.
violence that Miami plays with on the defensive side, they are arriving at the football and smacking.
That's a dangerous football.
As I keep talking about, they're the most balanced team in college football.
Miami's playing better now too. The committee said they wanted to
They
see
have
more.
what I would affectionately refer to as creatures all over the
If
place.
Miami finds their way into the playoffs, they will be one of the most dangerous teams in the playoffs. Forget about the ACC.
So as you can see, the Miami Hurricanes are in the playoffs. So I wanna start it with this first. But it's good to see my Miami Hurricanes in the playoff. But so happy, man. It was long overdue. But anyway, enough of college football. Let's get into the big thing, which is the 2026 World Cup. So we had the draw on Friday. So I'm gonna put the draw right now for our fans to see. So Ale, I'm gonna start with you first. When you're looking at this group, I know we're gonna get into the Hades group, but I just wanna look at. I want you to kind of talk in general. So what do you think about this World Cup draw?
I think the World Cup draw was balanced. I will say all the way until you reach the Argentina group. I think the FIFA did everything that they could to give Argentina an easy path. They have the easiest group whatsoever. Argentina will finish with 9 points. There's no doubt. Everybody else is going to have to play at least one hard game, but Argentina is the only team that is not going to be really struggling to get to the next round here. That's about it. But everybody else, they got to come, show up, and play. Or if not, they will not make it.
So if you, Alex, in the first glance, you're looking at this 2026 World Cup draw. What's the first thing that came to your mind when you saw it?
The first thing that came to my mind, obviously, Argentina's group. That's as Alan said, that's going to be a very easy group for them. I mean, just 9 points all across. Because when you think about it, half of these teams, like all of them, they've barely qualified for the past World Cup. So I think only Austria has been there, but most of them have not qualified. So I don't think um it's going to be a struggle for Argentina at all. And then on the other side, we have Portugal. Um, I feel like their group is standard, not too bad. The only challenge, well, we don't know yet about the FIFA playoff one, but right now I feel Colombia might be a big struggle for them, especially defensively, because Colombia have been playing with the very good defensive pressure. When we look at Spain in Group H, we see a pretty easy group except for Uruguay, but I think we might see a little challenge with Spain and Uruguay. Uh, I don't agree with Alain saying that Group J will be the clean sweep, because when we look at Group E as well, we see Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. And I feel like Germany is gonna have it very easily. Maybe they might have a bit of a struggle against Ivory Coast, but it's very. It looks like it could be a very clean sweep. Um, and then we see Group I, and France couldn't have had it. Like, I mean, when you look at it, it's not too hard. No, it's not too easy. It is a bit of a struggle with like mid teams such as Senegal and Norway. We don't know what FIFA playoff 2 is going to be, but due to our selections that are inside, like the selections that we have left, I think France will have a pretty easy group. And one thing is, when we look at Group L, I see a group of death. When I look at it, I just feel like this is a very good group with England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. And I feel like maybe Panama might be a little slower, but England, Croatia, and Ghana for sure top contenders. They go to the World Cup most every year, every edition. And then Group C, we have Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. And me personally, I think this might be the biggest group for us to keep a watch for. Not just because Haiti's in it, but because we have Brazil and Morocco. Not just excluding Scotland, but Brazil and Morocco have been continuously putting pressure, and they've been amazing. Morocco, they won the U17 World Cup. They reached the semifinals, which Brazil was not actually able to do last World Cup. And I think this year with Carlo Ancelotti, they may be able to do so. But right now, those two teams are amazing, and to see them in the same group is really something.
All right. So, so based on what you said, what's the death group right now?
I think the death group right now is Group C. I think I'm not just saying this like to be biased, but I mean, it's a pretty good group. Scotland, Morocco, Brazil, and Haiti. That's a strong one. If it's not them, I would say Group L. But that's got to be the one. All the other groups, they seem very very easygoing. Just like at least two good teams, and then the rest are pretty average. But I think Group C has to be the one.
Ale, what's your take on the death group right now?
Yeah, I think Alex is on point here. I agree with him. I think Group C is definitely the death group. The main reason is because everybody is underestimating Haiti. It's just like Haiti is the X factor, and anything could happen, right? And everybody is saying like, okay, Brazil should win it easily. Morocco, if they don't win it, should come a close second, right? But as you all know, coach, your coach, you know how it is. Soccer is a very unique game. You just never know with the game of soccer. So I think C is the death group, and the next group I will say is, I agree with Alex, group I, France, Senegal. Senegal already has beaten France already in the World Cup. When France plays against those African teams, it's just a different kind of game with France. So you just never know what could happen there. We have seen World Cups where France have been eliminated in the first round. So not saying that's going to happen this time around, but you just never know. So I will say I will pay close attention to Group C and Group I, for the next World Cup.
Yeah. So
Alan, what about Group L, Alan?
Group L. Well, I think Group L, you're gonna potentially have all three teams make it to the second round. I think England, Croatia, and Ghana. One's gonna finish 1, 2, and 3, and you have your best third coming from that group for sure. I don't see Panama making it out of this group, to be honest with you. But I can clearly see Ghana, Croatia, or England. Those three teams making it to the next round.
So you say Group C, it's your death group, and Group I, right? With
Yes.
the France, Senegal, and Norway. And we haven't talked too much about Norway. That's Holland team, and then you say Group L. Uh, so let me put it this way. I think because with this new format of the World Cup, with three teams possibly going into the second round. So, do we really have a death group, right? So, it's a matter of who's finished one, second, and third. Now, I understand if we had two teams have to qualify, so maybe it's easier to say that there's a death group. But if it's a possibility that three team can go, now it's a matter of who's finished first, second, or third. So that's the way I look. I mean, I agree with you guys. I think that group group I with France and group L or the two groups for me are very it's more like wide open. Uh, uh, but I would say Group I is probably the death group in my opinion, because you still have a playoff team. You don't know where the team is coming from. So I think that France and Ale, you said it right. Anytime, even Thierry Henry, he was talking about that. He said anytime France play with the former colonized country, they always give him a lot. They always give France a lot of problems. So it's a different type of game. So I agree with you. So with France Senegal gonna be uh, a big game, and obviously Norway. We're gonna see how Holland's gonna be doing in his first World Cup. So it's very interesting. So before we jump in Group C of Haiti and Brazil, let's talk about the U.S. group. So when you're looking at U.S. Group D, you have U.S., Paraguay, Australia, and whatever is the player team. So do you see the U.S. easily winning this group? I'm
I,
gonna start with you, Ale.
I do not actually. I do not. I don't know why expectations are that the U.S. is going to easily win that group. Paraguay is not an easy team to beat. It's a South American country.
Yeah.
Australia, yes, I'm not going to say Australia, it's like you're playing against Argentina, that they're pretty decent teams. And we don't even know what the third team is going to be. So I think the U.S. has to come, play their best games 3 times. If they don't play to win, they will definitely play to lose. So I don't see them. I can see them make it out of this group, but there are no guarantees that they're gonna win the group. So I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
So Alex, kind of piggyback to what Ale is saying. What do you feel the same way about the U.S. not winning this group, like Ale is saying?
I mean, to be honest, I don't really think that it's going to be much of a struggle. I mean, I honestly think that the U.S. might have a very big chance of winning this group. Obviously, like I said before, the selections for the UEFA teams. But I do agree that Paraguay might be a hard game. I don't, because I think Australia might be a harder game than Paraguay, because as we've seen before, Australia already made it through to the knockouts last time. They've been consistently qualifying every time, and that's out of a lot of Oceanian countries. Um, I feel wait, is it they're AFC, right? Or is it OFC?
What? Which one? Oh, it's
Australia,
got no. Australia. It's what do you mean AFC?
Asian qualified.
No, they're not Asian qualified.
They're not. They're in Oceania.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, obviously due to that, I think that honestly Australia is going to be a harder game for the U.S. Paraguay, not so much. The UEFA playoffs, and you have to consider that there's three teams making it out. So
Hold on,
obviously the
hold
USA.
on, hold on. Time out, time
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Did you know that Paraguay beat both Argentina and Brazil in the World Cup qualifier?
Thank you.
I
That's my
do
point.
know that, but
That's my
but
point.
Oh
I
no,
have
I'm just
faith.
saying those. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I mean, Paraguay both beat both Argentina and Brazil in the qualifier, and then you just gonna say that they're not a good team.
I'm not
And
saying that they're not a good team. Don't get me wrong. It's just
what
I
is
think me personally, I think that they'll tie because it's just I think that the U.S. don't have a big chance against Australia, but I think that they might tie against Paraguay. I don't know. I have faith in the U.S. Okay, I have some faith in the U.S. to win, but Paraguay is very good. I have to admit, it's just not against Australia as well. Not actually, when I think about it, I think me personally, I don't know about everyone else, but I feel like Australia, in my opinion, is better than Paraguay. That might be a big one, but I just
all right? So when I'm looking at games, right? If I want to break it down tactically, it's all about matchup. I believe that USA match up better against Australia because of the style of play. So we have the athletes, we have the physical game to match the energy. And I'm not saying that it doesn't mean that the U.S. gonna beat them easily, but I think that if I'm looking at both Paraguay and and Australia, I feel like Australia is a better matchup for us. Now, when you're looking at a team like Paraguay, they're both physically and technically. You know, there's a physical team and a technical team. So when you play against those teams, and with the addition of the passion those guys play uh, in South America. Also, one thing I want everybody to know, South America teams are better equipped to play in the summer of the United States because they use to the humidity compared to the European team. The European team are not. When you're looking at the FIFA World Cup, the European team were complaining constantly about the heat in the United States. So when you have a team like Paraguay that is accustomed to that kind of weather, and then for them to come here, so I feel like like teams like Colombia, teams like Paraguay, Brazil. I believe that even Haiti. I believe that the temperature will be favorable for us for countries like that because they're used to that type of temperature in the summer because it gets all the way to 100 degrees in the summer, and then we're gonna be right in June and July, and then we're gonna have games playing in Miami that you guys are familiar with the Florida weather. I mean, just to say that Paraguay, it's a afterthought. I think that's a big mistake in my opinion. So obviously we can go back and forth. I mean, I agree with Al. I think it's not. I hope that obviously with the U.S. being a host country and with all the expectation that they have on, the expectation is for them to get to go to the second round and also winning the group. But I don't think it's an easy feat. It's an easy task. They just gotta, I think Pochettino said it right during the draw. It said that they have to respect the opponents. They have to think that everybody in the World Cup are deserving to be in the World Cup. So they have to treat every game like one game at a time. They can't go look ahead and think that, oh, we should be able to qualify because we play it at home. It doesn't work like that. So they have to address every game with a sense of urgency, and I think this is a good group for the U.S. to kind of test themselves, and they should looking at it that, hey, we have to work even harder uh, to get past the group. So on paper, can the U.S. win the group? Yes, they should win the group, but I don't think it's as easy as everybody think it is. So anyway, let's go to our favorite group, Group C, right? So obviously we got Haiti in the group with Brazil. So Ale, I'm gonna start with you first because obviously you. Oh, we've been doing the show for about over a year now, and you've been showing your colors when it comes to Brazil. And now, as also being born in Haiti, being raised in Haiti, so how how what went through your mind or your feelings? Can you describe your feeling when you saw Haiti was in the same group as Brazil?
Well, it was, man, I have to start with the beginning. I was watching the show, The Drawing with my dad, with my father, on the 5th, and then Wayne Gretzky did the first pool, and it was like a country that we didn't know, right? They were a qualifier, then he did a second drawing. It was the same thing. And I think on the third try, it went to Group C, and we saw Haiti. I mean, I went out of my chairs and I screamed. I was so excited because I told you last week that I wanted Brazil. I told you that I wanted Haiti to be playing against Brazil for a lot of reasons, man. There's a lot of reasons that I felt like it was something that was necessary and needed. So I was filled with joy, with excitement. Um, and then for a moment, I thought, "Oh my goodness, what did I just wish on Haiti, man? Is that really gonna happen?" Then I started
Yeah,
panicking. Then after that, I spent the entire afternoon rationalizing with my dad, telling him, "You know what? Don't worry about it. We're gonna make it." But you could see that there were some worries, some fears, like, "Oh my goodness, we are actually going to face Brazil." And I said, "So what? So what?
mm,
So what?" So I am still excited. I think that's the best possible group that we could have fall into,
mhm,
honestly. And because Haiti and Brazil are so close culturally,
yeah,
because we share the sport of soccer as two nations, and we love each other as two nations, I feel like, what's the biggest gift to the Haitian community and the entire country than a game against Brazil in a World Cup after 52 years. So for me, there's a lot of history there, and I think it's going to be the most powerful game that we've ever played throughout our history.
yeah. I think you're right. You're absolutely right, and then you said it right. So playing Brazil, the love that Haitians have for Brazil. A lot of Haitians lost their lives because of Brazil. So when you think about it, even though I'm an Argentina fan, I root for Argentina, but when I saw that, I was very excited. Not to the point that, oh, Haiti gonna beat Brazil. Not to that standpoint, but to the point that for how much Haitians love Brazil to be able to play a team like Brazil, not in a friendly, not in a Gold Cup, but in a World Cup. In a World Cup, to be able to play Brazil in a World Cup, I think that's the best story ever. You know, and I can't even imagine, and you're talking about culturally how we are similar, as far as the joy, the way we express ourselves when we out in the public. I mean, can you imagine in a World Cup game, the rah going on one side and the samba going on the other side, and all together you have both countries and this joy. I mean, I'm excited. I think that was the best gift we could have got as Haitians, and I think that it's gonna be a great opportunity for us to show the world who we are as Haitian, especially from a cultural standpoint, to be able to go into this game and then to show how much we enjoy life, how much we value life, how much we value, how much we are as Haitian, the pride that we have in our culture, the pride that we have as a nation. And I think that that would be the biggest showcase for us to show that. And also logistically, Haiti got very fortunate as well too, because our first game is in Boston, and there's a huge. I think after, if I'm not mistaken, Boston is in the top three when we have the most Haitians, with New York and Miami. So we have a game in Boston. We have a game in New York, right? Which that's also, there's a lot of Haitians in New York, and our third game is in Philadelphia. So I think even from a venue standpoint, we lucked out as well too. But at the end of the day, we can get all excited. We still have to perform also on the on the field. So I'm gonna ask Alex, that question. So how do you think Haiti is gonna fare against? You kind of mentioned, you kind of alluded to it earlier. Obviously we know, the issue between Haiti and Brazil, but how do you think Haiti is gonna fare in that group?
Honestly, I think Haiti has the potential to make it out of that group. Um, Obviously, Brazil and Morocco, top, um, top of the top. Like I said, they're very, they're going to be very hard to beat. Um, but I think that we can manage. Obviously, Scotland, I don't know. I'm not too sure about Scotland. I think maybe we could take them. It's all about. It's not just the team; it's how the team plays together, and it depends on how they want to play. Because however you want to play, you can play it, and you just have to be focused on the game. Um, that's going to be a very challenging group. Honestly, I feel I was a little bit upset when I watched it. At first, I was very excited, and then I got a little upset because I realized that we were in with Brazil and Morocco. See, no disrespect to Scotland, I didn't feel that for Scotland. I honestly could have been in with Scotland, and I would have been okay. But honestly, I wanted to see that, but it's just there's two sides. There's the happiness, and then there's the realization that it's gonna be a hard group. And I honestly feel like any other group we could have made it out. Like when I look at it, we could have swapped with any other team, any other country, and we probably would have made it better. But I have faith in us. I think we can make it. But that's gonna be an interesting game to watch us play Brazil. It's gonna be pretty good. I'll be tuning in for that one. Wait, where do we play Brazil? It's
In Philadelphia.
we play them in Philadelphia. Okay.
I'm sorry. I think Haiti plays in Boston, Philadelphia, and Atlanta. I'm sorry, not
Oh,
New York.
Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah, not New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really know. To be honest, this group it's the best group. I have to admit. Um, I feel a lot of the good countries got pretty easy groups like Germany, Portugal, definitely Argentina. I don't want to say France. France is pretty good with the Senegal, and we don't know which other country is going to be there. So obviously, they kind of gave them a free pass, even though it was random. But I feel we could have gotten a better group. It's a good group, but it's not good to make it out. But I think we could still make it. We could still try something. Um, if we believe we could achieve. But it's not just to believe too. You have to really try. But I don't know. I'm excited to see that group play out, and it's an early group too. It's Group C. So we're gonna be watching.
Yeah. So for people watching us right now, so the format of the World Cup is different this year I mean, next year compared to previous years. So obviously, after the first round, we're not gonna go strictly to round of 16. So we're gonna have a round of 32 teams. So kind of what Alan mentioned earlier, saying that the best 13 is gonna get to the second round. So so obviously, it's 8 games to win the World Cup. So which is kind of one more game than it was in previous World Cups where it was like 7 games. Uh, I'm glad when I'm looking at that group. I'm glad that our first game it's against Scotland. Not that saying that Scotland is the easiest of them, but I think that I think Haitians feel. I mean, okay, so I think you play Brazil. At the end of the day, you play Brazil. You still have that myth. This is Brazil. So to be the first game, you playing against Vinicius Jr., you're playing against all those guys. So that's gonna, and especially the first game of the World Cup is always the hardest game of the World Cup, right? You got all the butterflies in your stomach, and then for most of our for all the team, it's the first time playing in a World Cup ever. So you gotta have all these butterflies, be nervous, and then you play against Brazil. So that's that's very tough, right? But so that's why I'm glad that, and then obviously we know the connection of Haitians with Brazil. So it's good that that's our second game. At least we can get the first game out of the way, and then we settle down a little bit, and then we're gonna play the second game, and we're gonna play Brazil. So I'm glad that that was the second game. So, but and you're right. This is a hard group. Uh, and when I look, and obviously the Haitians, we are very excited. We are very emotional, and we also unrealistic and how we talk when it comes to the World Cup. So the one thing I would ask, obviously, we have uh, people from Haiti watching us, and people from Haiti watching us here, and also in Haiti. So the one thing I would love to ask, our Haitian brothers and sisters is, let's make sure that we're not creating any distraction for the team to go to the while they go into the World Cup. And what I mean by that is, you know, let's be happy that we go into the World Cup. Not we're just not. It's not like we're just gonna be there just to be there, but let's enjoy the moment, right? So let's not be people say, oh, they got beat by Scotland, or what's going on with them? Did they do something to sell the game? We don't want any of that kind of comment. We want full support, whether we win, lose, or draw. We want everybody to fully support uh, the team, because they will need all kind of the support. So the last thing we don't want is the negativity. We don't want any negativity going into the World Cup. We don't want any negativity while we play the World Cup. We just want those guys to be at their best so they can represent the country the best way they can represent the country. So that's one thing I would love to ask, our countrymen is, let's make sure that we use that opportunity to showcase the best side of Haiti, and and by doing that is to make sure that we fully support the team all the way. So if I'm looking at from a tactical standpoint, the World Cup is a different game. I mean, you're playing against the best team. You're playing against the best teams. You're playing against the best players. Everybody, this is their way to showcase. You got guys. That's when they play the World Cup to get some contract. So I would love to make. I would love to hear about our preparation to the World Cup, because uh, we were good enough to qualify. We were good enough to beat the uh, the Nicaragua of the world. I mean, we didn't even beat Honduras. I mean, we tie them the first game, and then they beat us the second game. And Costa Rica, we tied the first game, we beat him the second game. So the level of the competition of us getting there, it's not the same level that we go into the World Cup. It's not the same level we're gonna face. It's not the same quality we're gonna face at the World Cup. So I just want to make sure. I not want to make sure. I just hope that the federation or anybody that involved with the team, it's it's looking at all the resources for the team to get better as we get ready for the World Cup, because this is a different tournament. And then we saw that we saw it with the women. They did really well in the qualifier, and then they went to the World Cup. It was a different tournament. We saw it with a U17. They did really well to qualify, and they went to the World Cup. It was a totally different tournament. So it's the world. You got 9 billion people watching you. So the world is watching you. So it's a different kind of pressure. There's a different kind of stress going into the World Cup. Even the best team struggle and the World Cup in the first game. So I just want to make sure that we get ready. We have all the right resources. We reinforce the team with the good players, and I truly have faith in our coaching staff and our players to play to the level that they need to play. But we just got to make sure that we go into this with a different mindset that this is the World Cup, not the Gold Cup, not the CONCACAF qualifier. So we have to look at it from a different perspective. So hopefully, our federation and our people in charge are aware of that, and to make sure that they're going to facilitate uh, all that to our team to make sure they have the best preparation they can have to get to the World Cup. So, Ale, you got anything you want to add?
No, I think you said it all. I think it's preparation is key. I think we talked about this a lot last week. We've been talking about it. My biggest piece again is like the roster, right? Are we recruiting all the right players? We have a lot of Haitian players out there, or a lot of players of Haitian descent that are playing in a lot of major big European soccer leagues. Now is the time. I am asking, and I'm blowing that longhorn here, guys. Join our national team. This is a unique opportunity. I know some of you guys were waiting for France, for England to call you. Listen, now you have this unique opportunity to play against Brazil. You know, the world will be watching this game. It's a great opportunity to showcase your talent, your skill sets, and also to bring us national pride, to bring your parents, your grandparents, your ancestors national pride. So I don't know if the Haitian Federation is reaching out to you guys, but me, on behalf of Futbol Unfiltered and on behalf of Coach and Alex, AJ, we are asking you guys to join us, to join the national team. We're going to need all the support, all the expertise, all the skills needed. If you are a medic, if you are a coach, you feel like you can help the selection, reach out, call the federation. We'll connect with some people that we know that can help you get in contact with those folks. But I think preparation doesn't start in May, in April. It starts today, December, right
Yep.
now.
Yep. Good. So, Alex, I know you play soccer now. I don't know if I wish you were a little bit older, and so we could make a plea for you to go play for the national team. So, Alex, I mean, from kind of what Ale is talking about, how would that resonate with you right now if you have the opportunity to play for the national team?
I mean, it's like it's a lot of responsibility to think about. When I think the country wise don't get cold feet. I mean, obviously, because it's a big responsibility to put on that national jersey, um, be there for your country. Um, I feel like a lot of people just go to the other countries that they should, like not they should, but the most popular ones that they know they have descent of, or maybe not even, they just go there, play there, and they play for the country that they got have citizenship in. And not saying there's anything wrong with that. I just think that a lot of people do that, and sometimes the countries that could have had the greatest stars just lose them, especially in the African countries where there's a lot of players who immigrate to different countries and take on uh, those those countries, the citizenship, and they play for those countries. So just if you're Haitian, or if you're from a country not with the best national team, it might be because not many people join it. So I mean, you should probably join, and well, actually, you have to get called up, but yeah, join, um, and just be there for your country, because I mean, who doesn't want to be good for their country, and represent their country in a global tournament such as the World Cup, or a continental tournament as the Copa America or the Euros or whatever it might be.
Right. So I believe that everybody wants to play in the World Cup, but we gotta be also realistic, right? You do what you know, right? So if you got kids that grew up, and I'm taking you as an example, Alex, you grew up in the US and then that's all you know. So when it comes to soccer, that's the only thing you know. So you know what you need to do. If you're playing in a youth program, you know that you got MLS next, and then you're gonna try to make it to the MLS. So that's what you know. So I don't want us to kind of go hard on those guys and say, if you're not playing for France or if you're not playing for England, if they don't call you by now, this is your chance. But if you grew up in a system, that's all you know. They probably don't know who to reach out, to try to make themselves available for Haiti. So I think to kind of go back to what Ale is saying, I think that the federation also need to kind of make those things accessible so those guys know how to reach out, how to make themselves available, and to make sure they know the proper channel to do that. Because like I said, if you have a kid that grew up, let's say in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and that's all they know, and then you're gonna tell the kids that he can play for he doesn't know how to do it. The only connection he have is with Haiti. If I'm looking at my son, the only connection he has with Haiti, it's me. And obviously, because I'm a soccer guy, I'm gonna try to reach out to people in the soccer world and the football world to try to see what I need to do if he wants to play for Haiti. But if he had parents that didn't care about the game, he just happened to be good. He doesn't know any better. The only thing he knows is how to get in the soccer world in the U.S. So we just got to make sure that we make things a little bit more accessible for those guys. If we have those guys that want to reach out, and what channel that they have to make it, what channel that we have to make accessible for them so they can go and be available for us. That's all I'm asking. So even myself, I don't even know the whole process to make yourself available for the national team. I don't even know that process. So I'm assuming there's a lot of people they don't even know. So we just got to make sure that we make that process a little bit easier and more accessible for those guys to get to. I mean, when you look in Fafa Pico started his career playing for the U.S. national team. So so
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. I don't know, coach. I think you're being super nice with those guys. I'm sorry. I think I think one thing, the difference between 1974 and 2025 is like we have better and stronger communication channels. I
yeah,
think we're interconnected. We have the internet. There's a lot of networks out there. It's like that information is spread out. It's global, right? Haiti making it to the World Cup after 52 years is quite obvious. And I think when you are on those networks and you're listening to the fans, you're seeing what they're saying, those same names are getting spread around the internet, right? They know who they are, and I'm sure that they're being reached out to. So I feel like at this point it's a matter of will. It's like it's a willpower. It's a matter of like, are you willing to be committed to the Haitian national team, or you simply don't want to at this point, you know? But I think right now it's they know what to do. Of course,
Yeah.
the federation has to do their job, but I think they know who to reach out to if they
I
want
mean,
to.
let me put it this way, man. You know, you live in the corporate world too. You work in the corporate world, right? When it comes to communication, everybody always expected communication one way. It's either you tell me what I need to know, but at the same time, I'm not gonna tell you what you need to know. So you know that, as probably better. Me and you probably know that better than Alex, right?
Mhm.
Because we grew up to Haiti. You understand how in Haiti how things are very hard. I mean, the little things. I mean, even to get a passport done, that is the basic of what you need to. It's a hard thing to do in Haiti. So what I'm saying is, yes, you got the social media aspect of the world. Obviously, if Haiti was running on social media, Haiti would be so far ahead right now because how much Haitian talk on social media. But there's formality, there's forms, there's other things that have to be done. So I just want to make sure that we're just not talking just to talk and say, yeah, I'm available. We have to make sure that the proper forms are filled out so people know how to get the proper form. So I mean, it takes more than just say that, okay, I'm available to play for the national team. It takes more than that. I just want to make sure that our federation or whoever's in charge are making sure that all the formality are properly filled so we don't have any problems or loophole or any things that happen so somebody cannot play because he did not disclose this information. That's what I'm saying. I know our country. I know how hard it is to get one thing done. I just want to make sure that from a federation standpoint, we know everything that we need to do to make those things available. So when those guys say yes, they can get, they can be part of the team. Not, yeah, they say yes and nothing gets done. That's where I am.
I think the Haitian Soccer Federation should make you their international coordinator,
Uh,
um,
I'm,
where where the players are reaching out to you and you can guide them and make things happen. I mean, honestly, coach, if that's what we need to do to help yeah, I said it jokingly, but if that's something that people like us can do to help channel information and connect the dots for them, I mean, it's a unique opportunity. Why not? Even if Alex can do something to help out, that's where everybody has to jump in. And I think that's what I'm trying to say here. That's the
yeah,
message that I'm sending to all the people that are watching us tonight. Is like
right.
everybody has a role to play. I think what I've been hearing more since we heard about us playing against Brazil is like, okay, are we going to the game? Who's going? How much are the tickets? That's all we're thinking about. We need to go to the World Cup and enjoy it and watch it for whatever personal reasons. But nobody's actually talking about how can we help this happen, right? What can we
Yeah,
do? What role can we play as young professionals, as young Haitians?
yeah.
And that's the kind of message that I want spread out. That's what I want to hear more of over the next 7 months.
No, I agree with you, and yeah, totally agree with you. And I kind of alluded to it. It's a, I think the one thing we have to do is spread positivity, right? Is spread
Yes.
positivity and see how we can help. Because everybody, that's one thing about our country. Everybody's gonna be a coach. Everybody's gotta say
Mhm.
who's supposed to be in the team. We don't need all that, right? We have the coach. Let the coach do what they have to do, right?
Mhm.
We have a coach. We got a coaching staff. Let it do what they're supposed to do. We don't want people to keep saying this is who's supposed to be on the team and this is the type of formation the team needs to be playing. Hey, we have a coaching staff for that, right? So let's see what we need to do, like you said, to spread some positivity to make sure those guys represent the country and the highest level they can. Anyway, I know we kind of talk a little bit about Argentina group, right? So obviously on paper it looks like it's an easy group for Argentina, but before we say this is the easiest group, I just want to remind everybody that in 2022, Argentina against Saudi Arabia was supposed to be a cakewalk for Argentina, and Argentina ended up losing that game, right? And as and formed the biggest upset that happened in the World Cup history. And then when you look at it, for them to lose the game and end up winning the World Cup, so that's one of the biggest upset that we've seen. So yes, on paper, they look that it's a manageable team. I mean, manageable group. But I just want to make sure that people understand that hey, games are not play. Play games are play on the field. So, so they still have to play the game before we say that this is the easiest group that they have. It's a World Cup. Anything can happen in a World Cup. So Ale, you're shaking your head.
Can
So
you
what's-
stop? Can you stop? Can you just stop?
Stop what?
trying to lower expectations.
I'm not lowering
trying
expectations.
to make sure that oh my god, yeah.
Oh,
Please,
I'm not-
please.
I'm not.
Argentina is in the easiest group. They should be winning 3 games. They should end with 9 points. It is a fact, man. Don't try to
They
talk
are the
about Saudi
defending
Arabia.
champions.
They're the defending champions of the world.
They should be
Ale,
able to win.
I'm not
Come on,
saying.
man.
I'm
Come
not
on.
saying. I'm not
The game
saying.
against us,
I'm
the
not
game
saying.
against Saudi Arabia was just a fluke. It's not. It's not a.
It's
It's not
what-
like that. It was
It's
just
not
a
like
They
fluke.
missed a
though.
ton of games, and they missed a
It's
ton of
not like
goals.
what.
Argentina should have won that game like 5-1. You know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but it was a fluke. They had a defensive mistake.
Yeah,
It's
and then
not.
they,
Well,
and they
They're
missed
the
goals.
defending champions.
Ton of
They're
goals.
the defending
Listen.
champions. They should be
You know?
able to win those games. They're very simple, easy. All those teams in all those teams in that group, they have not qualified for the World Cup, the last World Cup at least. All of them,
Alex,
they have not
Alex,
qualified for the past World Cup.
Alex,
the coach
They should be
knows
able-
that. He knows that.
They
He's just trying to poke at us
no,
to make
I'm
us
not.
feel a certain way.
I'm not poking
No,
on
but
anything.
but think
I'm not
about it.
poking on
Think
anything.
about it. You know how Saudi Arabia they beat Argentina? That could be Haiti. That could be Haiti. When you think about it,
Hey,
it's
man,
the same expectation.
We're talking about the Argentina group, man. So let's
I
not
know,
talk
but-
about Haiti. But what I'm
But
saying
what I'm saying is that you're trying to lighten it like
no,
they
I'm not.
like
I'm
they,
not
they
like.
can like
No, the
like
problem
they can
is
fluke it, right? But
this is
but
not
they
what.
should not be losing those games. Those
This
are
is
very
not-
simple
This
teams.
is not what I
Those
said.
teams.
This is not what I said, right? I mean, don't put words in my mouth. I'm not saying Argentina is not gonna win the group. I say
No,
on
that's-
paper. That's not, I never said that. I never said that. I say on paper, they are the favorite to win the group. But what I'm saying is anything can happen in the World Cup because on paper, Argentina should have won every game they have in the group. They did not. So anything can happen. Yes, Alex, you said that this is the first time they play, but you don't know. You don't know the team. They might have the golden generation. Algeria got some good players, right? They got some good players. I'm not saying they're gonna. I mean, we can just go. At this point, I don't think any group is easy because anything can happen. You just gotta come and show up and play. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Anybody that come here, it doesn't matter. This is a different game. This is the World Cup. People, your name is not gonna win you games. You still gotta show up and win. You still gotta show up and play. That happened in 2018. Argentina, who they were playing, that was their first time in the World Cup. And Argentina ended up tying them 1-1 when Messi missed that PK. So what I'm saying is you still have to show up and play. So you can just go in there. Yes, on paper, with the talent they have, they should not struggle with the group. So
I think one thing I'm going to add to this, Coach. I don't think the biggest upset was Saudi Arabia beating Argentina in 2022. I think for me, the biggest upset was Cameroon beating Argentina with Diego Maradona in the 1990 World Cup when they were defending champions. So that's kind of ironic because they won in 86 and they lost their first game 1-0 against Roger Milla. So they won the World Cup in 2022. You know, that would be interesting if they lose their first game again, repeating the same scenario. I don't think that's going to happen, but I feel like I remember that World Cup in 1990 back in Italy when Cameroon won 1-0. And I think
yeah.
Cameroon lost two players. They ejected two players with red cards during that game. So that was for me one of the biggest upset that I've seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, yes and no, because the problem is at that time, uh, Argentina was not the number one team. They were the defending champ, but they were not the number one team going into the World Cup. So in 2022, they were like the number one team going into the World Cup and still got beat by Saudi Arabia. That's why it looked like it was the biggest upset. But I agree with you. That Cameroon game, yeah. You know what? It's so funny because I believe that Argentina and when they won in '78 and the first game in '82, I don't think they won the first game either. We
Wow.
got we gotta look we gotta
We
look
got to
back
fact
in
check it. Yeah.
yeah, we gotta look
Yeah.
back in the archives, man, because I think that in 1982 when they came as the let me see. But
Defending
anyway,
champs. Yeah.
yeah, defending champ, they did not win the first game. Anyway, I'm glad that you brought that up. But so speaking of Argentina, let's talk about Inter Miami, right? So Inter Miami won the MLS Cup yesterday. So that was I believe Messi 40th trophy. So Alex, I know you're a Miami fan. You're like Inter Miami. So how happy were you yesterday when they won it?
I actually didn't realize until today,
Oh
but
boy.
I didn't realize it until today because I saw the game, but I didn't realize what it meant. But I was pretty happy about it. Obviously, Inter Miami have been working for this. This is like the equivalent to, well, the American equivalent to winning a Super Bowl or a NBA championship. This is very big, especially for Messi. I know Ale doesn't really like
No.
Messi that much.
N-
But it was a very big achievement for Inter Miami because before that it used to be Atlanta like a lot, and now that Inter Miami have just been evolving through with buying players like the Paul Suarez and Messi, hopefully Neymar soon, but all those players um make the team, and it's just the way they play. Busquets, Alba, all the the ex Barcelona players, and a lot of Argentine players with an ex Barcelona man player as the manager. I think they've been proving that they can be very, very good in this MLS. And obviously, they've built a super team, and it's all based around Messi. And I know Alan doesn't like that, but yeah, I think Inter Miami are the best team in the MLS. You can't really do anything about it, Alan. But yeah, I think
We lost Alex. So Ale,
See,
since we
see
lost
what happened? I think the soccer gods just say, you know what? Let me shut it down. This guy is talking nonsense. Let me shut it down. Yeah.
Okay, Ale, come on, man. Let's hear your point of view now.
Yeah, I wish Alex was back on so to say what I was gonna say, but I can't give my opinion. So Messi won the game yesterday. Okay, congratulations to Inter Miami. I think that's a very solid accomplishment for that team. I think that's the first time they won the MLS championship. I don't think they've won it in the past. You correct me if I'm wrong.
The
Um,
first trophy Inter Miami won was with Messi when he came in 2023.
yeah, but did they ever won the MLS Cup though? That's what I'm saying.
No. So here's what happened. Messi came in 2023. Miami was the worst team and the entire MLS. So that summer they won the League's Cup, right? So that was the first trophy. So that was 2023. And 2024, they won the supporter shields by scoring the most goal ever by an MLS team. So they won the supporter shields last year, and then this year they just won the MLS Cup. So in 3 years, Messi won four trophies, and then they went to the FIFA World Cup. They qualified for the FIFA World Cup, so they qualify for the FIFA World Cup, and out of all the MLS team, Inter Miami was the only team that went in the second round. And then also on top of it, Messi finished with the most goals and the most assists in the entire MLS. So, is he the best athlete of all sports?
I mean, you have the audacity to ask me a question like that, coach. I mean,
And
how can
I,
you even dare asking me a question like that? You know,
I just asked a question. You just answer it. Just
I
answer it.
think I think Messi has a very um amazing record. I will say he's won a lot of trophies. He's won with a lot of teams that he
It,
played with.
he's the
Um,
most decorated soccer player ever. The most decorated. He won the most trophy of all the soccer players ever.
okay,
So that's one thing.
since we're in the business of giving trophies
No,
away,
it's not
well,
trophies
okay.
away.
I mean, that's what
He
it is.
won. It's a fact. Okay, so now let's continue to what you're saying.
So you see, I'm trying to be a professional here tonight, coach. I'm trying to keep it
No,
together.
I want you to lose it. I
I'm
want you to
trying to
lose
keep
it.
it together, but you just don't let it go. You can't let it go. Again, what I'm saying is,
I
Enter
want you to
Miami,
lose it.
they won the tournament. I'm happy that Messi won for. He played hard. The team won. Great. But we gotta kind of land the plane a little bit and be very pragmatic about the situation. Like less than 6 months ago, that same team was playing the World Cup of clubs
Yeah.
in the US, and they got killed, not beat. They got killed in the second round by PSG. You know,
Just Pierre,
4-0.
Real
They got
Madrid. Real Madrid
they got okay,
lost
wait,
with
I mean,
the
can
same.
I speak? Are you gonna let me speak, or are you gonna just jump in? It's
What I'm
like
saying is
we're
Real Madrid
talking
got
about an MLS team with Messi who couldn't even play a decent game against Paris Saint-Germain, who got totally eliminated, destroyed. So that shows you again, like I've been saying, the level of soccer that the MLS offers is not comparable to the level of soccer that's being played around the globe. It is what it is. So I'm
Alain.
glad. I'm glad that he played and won and got his little trophy. But like Alex was saying, Alex, you're back. Can you hear me? I want you to hear what I have to say. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah,
You can hear me? So you said,
yeah.
oh, wow, the MLS, the tournament was similar to the Super Bowl or an NBA title. Are you serious? You know what this MLS final was? It was comparable to a pickleball tournament. That's what it was. It's not even
But
close to
no,
the
no,
Super
no, bro.
Bowl.
Ale.
It's not
Ale,
even
wait, hold on,
close.
Alain,
wait,
man.
You
I
cannot
need you to hold on.
compare
I
the
need you, wait, I
MLS.
need you to hold on.
to the Super Bowl, bro.
Allez, man. Allez. Hors
Allez,
sujet. Allez, you hors sujet, man.
compared to the team in the competition, it's not like they're playing against European clubs. They're playing against teams that are around the same quality as them. So it's not, you can't say that. It's not like PSG came into the MLS and won it. It's not
Alex.
like that.
So
Yeah,
Alex,
No,
if I take you, okay, and I make you play with a bunch of first graders and you
but
win
that's
a tournament, does that mean that you're the best
but
player? The coach,
That's-
you are not here. Coach is telling me, is Messi the best player, the best athlete in all of our sports? Did you hear what is that? That was your question, right, Coach? Is Messi
wait.
the best athlete of all
Okay.
sports?
Wait, it depends because what are you basing like off of that win or off of
No. What I say is, every tournament he plays in his career, he won it.
yeah. Okay, so while
So
saying that then yes,
no. I'm just
then
saying, every Messi as an athlete, everywhere he goes, everything he does, he won it. He played in the U20 World Cup. He won it.
Olympics,
He played in La Liga. He won it. He played in
Champions
the
League.
Champions League. He won it. He played Finalissima. He won it. He played in the World Cup. He won it. He played in the Olympics. He won it. He went to France.
Most goals in a calendar year,
He went to
8
France.
Ballon d'Ors.
He won the French Cup. Now he comes to the US. He won the whole tournament that they have. So what exactly this is? I mean, every tournament he plays in, everything that you know that existed, he won it. He won it. So for me, and then we talking about you understand that the MLS is the second sports after the American football when it comes to viewership. Is the most viewed sports after the NFL. And you know why? Because of Messi. Miami in 3 years went for a team that was worth million to a billion. Miami in 3 years has become $1 billion team because of Messi.
You are mixing everything
I'm
up,
not.
Coach. You
I'm
are
not
mixing.
mixing.
You're
He's not.
Why am
mixing
I
the
mixing?
value,
That was it.
the,
I'm
the
mixing.
profitability. Oh, hey,
No, I'm not.
hold on.
Because of the product. Because he showed Alain Messi. It's not because of the Messi effect. Like, it's not because everybody knows he was great before and then they want to see him. He's performing on the field. He had the most goals and the most assists. So what I'm
Against a
saying,
lesser competition. The
he did,
competition level is not
Alain.
the
He did it.
same.
Alain, he
He's
did
in
it
his late
everywhere.
30s.
He did it
He's not in his
everywhere.
prime.
He did
He's
it
not in his
everywhere. So what I'm saying is, I can understand you were saying that, oh yeah, he was bad. I mean, think about it. Messi worst stat in Europe. Messi worst stat in Europe when they were talking about the last year and when he played for PSG, his numbers his numbers at PSG were far better than Vinicius Jr. when he had his best year at Real Madrid and Dembele last year. That was Messi's worst statistical year. And his numbers were far better than those guys. So what I'm trying to tell you is you can say all you want, but this guy came in. I mean, think about it. Yesterday, Mueller was on the field. You didn't even know he was on the field. And if Messi and Vancouver had a great game, they played really well. If you watch a game, they play really well. And the difference maker was Messi. If Inter Miami didn't have Messi yesterday, they wouldn't have won the game. What I'm trying to say is the definition of somebody that is great. It's everywhere you go. At 38 years old, he's still performing on and off the field. When Pele was playing for When Pele was playing for Cosmos, it was more of a name. Pele was already out. He was just having fun. When Beckham came in, it was more of it was more that the name. It was what people knew of him. Messi, and that's why I give him credit. He could have come here and make his money and be okay with it. But he's performing. He's performing on the field. It's not. It's not. I mean, people don't watch Messi because of his name. He's performing. He's putting the stats behind it. This guy scored. This guy had 8 assists in the playoff. Messi already broke in 3 years. He had the most goal for Inter Miami, and he has the most goal. He had the most goal. I mean, the most assists for Inter Miami. And then if you're looking at the stats, he had his goal per assist. It's higher than both Dembele and Mbappe right now.
Yeah, because they play in Europe and Messi plays in the MLS.
No,
but
that
Messi was
oh
doing it when he was in Europe.
Wow.
He was doing it when he was in Europe. It's not like
I don't understand why you guys are comparing apples and oranges.
No,
this is not the same tournament.
No, Alain,
not.
Not the same competition.
We're not comparing. What I'm trying to say is he could have come here. He could have come here, and then people are coming to watch Messi because of what he's done in the past. That's what I'm saying. So you know what you know of Messi of Barcelona, what he did in the past. So you say, you know what, I'm gonna watch Messi play, right? Just like if you're looking at somebody that older right now, like a LeBron James of the world, you know, you say, man, I don't know if I'm gonna see LeBron James. I'm not saying that LeBron James doesn't perform, but when you have somebody in the later years of their career, and then they're still performing like they're still in their prime. Don't looking at the competition. He could have come here and coast and do nothing and try to choose what game he wants to play. He can do that, but he's still committed to winning. That's why I think it's remarkable about him. It's committed to winning. He committed to winning, and then he have everybody in the team taking that way. I mean, when you're looking at Busquets, you're looking at Sergio Jordi Alba, you're looking at all those guys, Savetti and Allende, all those guys that came to Miami. They came to Miami with the mindset that we here to win. And I think for me, that's a proof of leadership. I mean, they could have come here and cost. Man, you in Miami. You're just having a great time. He has nothing to prove. Messi has nothing to prove. But he still wants to come and dedicate himself and perform. That's why I feel like you have to see that that's remarkable. That's where I am.
No one is saying that Messi hasn't accomplished a lot throughout his career. That is not what I'm saying. I've been the first one to tell you that he had a wonderful career, you know, as a semi-retired player, because he's approaching, you know, retirement age. He's been keeping up well with those older players that are left Division One in Europe. So
Alain,
it's okay. But
I'm gonna ask you one question before you go. Right? Before you finish, I'm gonna ask you a question. Who was the leading scorer of the CONCACAF on the South America CONMEBOL qualifier this year for the World Cup?
Can you enlighten me? I don't know. I don't remember.
Take a guess.
I'm gonna guess. How about Neymar?
Now, Neymar didn't play. He hasn't played in years. So what I'm saying is, I want you to take a guess. So Messi also had the most goals in the qualifier this year for Argentina. That's all. I mean, what I'm saying is, it's remarkable that this guy is still performing at that level. I mean, at that later time later stage of his career, is still performing at that level. That's what I said. That it's remarkable.
I want to say something, and you know how that's true. When you look at the CONMEBOL qualifier, Vinny's in there, Rafinha's in there. We have Luis Diaz is in there. We have all these guys that are in their prime right now. And out of all of them, it's the guy who's 30 something, like he's almost in his 40s, and he's the one performing the best out of all of them. And as much as you don't like Messi, you have to admit that he is the best footballer who has ever touched a football. Okay, and I don't think you like that, but it's true. You just have to recognize that game is game. It's you can't just not like someone just because. Well, you can't say that someone's not good just because you don't like them. Like, think about it. Like, let's put this into American perspective. If you look at LeBron James, right? You can't just say that he's not really good, even if you don't like him. Like, I don't love LeBron, but let's just say I know he's one of the best basketball players to ever touch a basketball, right? And you know that because of the things that he has achieved. So we wouldn't be saying that Messi's the best footballer if we don't know what he has achieved. And right now, he's achieving more than players that are in their prime. Well, he's past this prime. His prime was what, like almost 10 years now. Way more than 10 years. And maybe not way more, but a little bit more.
Not 10 years, man.
Not.
The dude
Not
took
really?
to put Argentina on his back 4 years ago. So that's not
Wait,
10
what?
years. I mean, listen. We gonna end this show on a good note. I mean, again, I love it. I love the fact that you have that perspective on Messi, and which is fine. I mean, you entitled to how you think and to what you want to say, but
Coach,
yeah.
Coach, before we go, and I apologize for stopping you. I never said, Alex, that I don't like Messi. That's not what I said. I never said.
Oh,
I said I actually respect the guy and I admire what he
the
has
guy.
done, you know, for the game. I've always told Coach that, that I feel like winning the World Cup in 22 was well deserving. And I wish that Neymar or the Brazilian team had a Messi. Maybe they could have won a World Cup. What I struggle with in my position is that we need to stop, you know, saying that Messi is playing at the same level that he was playing back when he was in Europe,
We
because the
never said
level of
that.
That's
let
not
me
what we
speak, the
said.
level of competition, okay, that he's encountering in the U.S. allows him to outshine, everybody else, because he's a step higher and he's not getting the same caliber of players to play against him. That's why Messi is able to score those goals and be able to win tournaments. Because I bet you, if tomorrow you were to put him in PSG or Barcelona or Real Madrid, he will be a whole different player because the competition is not the same. That's a fact.
Nah, man. Okay, Ale,
Okay.
we're not gonna continue
That's
talking
for
about
next.
because
That's for next week.
no,
Yeah, you're
because
benched.
we're not gonna continue because what you're saying it's not making sense at all, man. It
Okay.
doesn't make any sense. You gotta look in at where you are, right? So facts are facts. Miami, regardless of what you said of the MLS competition, Miami was the worst team in the MLS. Worst team in the MLS. So he took the worst team in the MLS with the same roster they had three addition, and then they won the Leagues Cup. They didn't win the MLS the first year. The roster wasn't good enough. They didn't even make it to the playoff because they were so far behind. They do make it in the playoffs. So the following year, when they have everybody together coming back, they won the Super Shields by scoring the most points ever scored in the MLS. So what I'm saying is that same team that he did that team was the worst team. That's what you got to look at it. It's just what you try to tell me, Ale. You be like, okay, you working for your company right now, okay, and then you performing well with the company. So now your company is a 400 company, right? 400 or 500 company, right? Now you got to work for a smaller company. And then because you're still performing the same, and I'm telling you, because it's a smaller company compared to what you're working right now. So I'm telling you, oh, now you're not good anymore, Al, because you're working for a smaller company. What kind of sense does that make? What kind of sense does that make? So if you become a CEO, so your companies have thousands of employees. Now you get a smaller company that has 100 employees. You're still performing that way. So now I have to minimize your accomplishment because you're working for a smaller company. Come on, man.
Okay.
I mean, you want now that makes sense to you, right? I can't, because the smaller company that you have, it's what you have. So the competition you have with 100 employees is what you have. So what I'm saying is that same team sucked before he came in. And then he turned around and make that team one of the best team in the MLS. That's the competition. That's the competition. Just like when he played for PSG, PSG was the best team in France. When he played for Barcelona, Barcelona was the best team in Spain. That's the reality. But you can't just say, oh, now he's playing the MLS, but he's playing the MLS with MLS talent. It's not like he's playing with MLS with a bunch of guys from they are MLS talent. That's why
He's not
when
in the Saudi Pro League. He's not in the Saudi Pro League.
that's why when he went to FIFA World Cup, that MLS talent could not compete with the European talent. But Messi still was the best player on the field when he was playing. That's the
Okay.
bottom line. But anyway, that was a great show. I know that we went past our time. That was a great show. We really enjoy it. I mean, I think that the next week we're gonna focus more on the European leagues. We got some good results going on with the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid. So Champions League coming back. So we got a lot of topics to cover. But until then, Al, it's always a pleasure. I like your perspective. I love it. It makes it fun.
Mm.
I like your perspective, Alex. Keep rocking your fit hat. Really like it. So I see you guys next week.